Many have marveled by the incredible stories of massive development emanating from Borno in recent times. A city plagued by decade-long conflict has continued to show optimism and hope of becoming the shining light of the Sahel region. Welcome to Borno Restoration. I'm Jessie Tofida. But first, let's bring you up to speed with Borno Today. In this hall are journalists and social media influencers. They are here to gain more knowledge on how best to give adequate report on public health emergencies. The workshop is also geared towards increasing the preponderance of life-saving information on mass media and social platforms to enable at-risk populations make informed decisions to protect themselves from infectious diseases.
Your presence here is to help the population, is to help the Ministry of Health, is to help the government to be able to bring these cases down. For us in the health sector, our concern are cases that die as a result of an outbreak. Impact of such gathering can be measured by the data we receive.
Get plenty of rest.
Resource persons say the workshop is crucial for journalists and social media influencers to be equipped with the necessary skills to report health behavior outcomes.
What we see as reality construction is constructed by reporters through the various interviews they carry out. Most of these narratives are put together by reporters themselves through their stories. And many of the stories are based on interactions with people. Because news is not rich without the people's voice, the collective voice of the people. And that is where interview comes in.
This is one of the most important workshops I've ever attended in the area of healthcare coverage. I am like a capacity builder for young journalists, so I always take home knowledge and to step it down for my colleagues who are like mentees to me.
50 participants drawn from various media organizations and social media platforms participated at the 3-day workshop. Participants at this workshop believes that the training would go a long way in contributing significantly to the fight against infectious diseases in the state and country at large. An orphanage school providing free education to children orphaned by the 13-year Boko Haram insurgency. The Northeast Development Commission visits the school to have a chat with the orphans and to plan ways of supporting their education.
When I was in Kukawa and at Stadium IDP camp, I didn't know how to read and write, but Alhamdulillah, when I came to GCC Girls Academy, I know everything in my life. I know how to talk in English, how to read, how to write, and everything.
The commission is now donated learning materials to 9 orphanage schools and centers in Borno and Yobe states, worth millions of naira.
The MD Chief Executive of this commission is clearly following decorum in terms of meeting up the needs in line with the mandates of the commission. So he deemed it fit for this class of people, or pupils, let me put it this way, to also feel the touch of Northeast Development Commission. That is why he directed the management of the institute, the commission, directed that this gesture should be implemented today.
The gesture is well appreciated by heads of the beneficiary schools.
This gesture is a very, very much welcome development, and it will going to touch positively on the lives of the parents as well as the beneficiaries. Our own center actually offers education to girl child education, and this is what is most needed in here in Borno State.
We've started getting these things of recent when the establishment of the Northeast Commission came into force. We have had about the ninth in the series of donations that we've been receiving from them. And that has really touched the life of our pupils in the foundation.
The Northeast Development Commission has since its establishment visited several schools in the Northeast region. It has so far provided free educational materials to over 20 schools in addition to upgrading the schools to international standards. Beneficiary schools of this gesture appreciate NEDC for coming to their aid at this time. They assured adequate distribution of the materials to the orphans in order to enhance their learning skills. The 2023 general elections brought with it a lot of ups and downs. Moving forward, peace and unity is what is needed to uphold the country's sovereignty. It is why the Peace for Free initiative is stepping up to talk with youths on importance of peace building.
There is no doubt that this year's elections so far have generated a lot of public attention, particularly from Nigerian youths, who are remarkably increasing their political participation in our collective struggle for good governance, unlike other times in the time past. It is therefore our duty as law-abiding and progressive citizens to remain faithful and committed to the democratic process as it develops, so the gains of democracy can be realized.
So we intend to encourage more youths to come out for more trainings that we are going to be carried out soon, because we need peace. And there's a need for us to actually adhere to early warning and early response mechanisms, which is very, very important. And I actually want to encourage more civil society organizations to come out, build the capacities of these youths, not just in Borno, not just in Northeast, but Nigeria as a whole.
The youths say the initiative is laudable as it is geared towards fostering unity.
All the youth are here, almost all, are here to get the knowledge about how peace we should stay in the country. And it's important because you can see before election, after election, we all need this peace. And we have to start with the youth in particular.
This is not just a lecture for us to come and listen. We should also take the message outside. That's why I think they're engaging youth, because they feel we are the voices that the masses have. So for those that are here and are here to listen to the lectures, they should not just listen, they should take the message back home.
Let's not mistake disagreement.
The peace lecture also featured topics revolving around dangers of hate speech on social media. Peace for Free is urging youth in the state to be ambassadors of peace and not to allow themselves to be used by politicians to cause mayhem, thereby resulting to chaos in the society. There can never be socio-economic development without security. This is the philosophy behind Professor Babahana Zulum's enormous commitment to security of lives and property in Borno, the fulcrum of its 10-pact development agenda. Let's take this report. In July 2009, the Boko Haram insurgency began in Borno State and spread to other northeast states of Nigeria, claiming hundreds of lives of security agents and civilians. The following year, frequent attacks in the northeast and other parts of the country, including bombings, mass shooting and executions, began to rise, and Borno State became the epicenter of hostilities. At the peak of the insurgency in 2014 and 2015, the Northeast had become a no-go area. Many were advised to avoid the region, especially Borno State, but thereafter, the number of casualties attributed to the terror group fell dramatically. The Nigerian military, with assistance from Benin, Cameroon, Chad and Niger pushed Boko Haram out of several provinces it occupied in northeastern Nigeria. After about 12 years of the protracted conflict, Borno State, the epicenter of Boko Haram insurgency, is fast becoming a safe haven again. The city of Maiduguri is now back to life. The state government has built many mega schools and primary healthcare centers, constructed roads, and returned internally displaced persons to their ancestral homes. Thanks to the continuous efforts of the military and the Borno state government, which has taken security as the most critical part of its developmental agenda. From the first day in office in 2019, Professor Babahana Zulum hit the ground running with robust engagement with the military and other security agencies. He continued to lend unending support to the military in the areas of logistics, excavation trenches, and payment of allowances to officers on battlefield. In early 2020, Governor Zulum released 70 new surveillance vehicles to support the Nigerian Army, police, and volunteers in the Civilian Joint Task Force, JTF, and hunters involved in the war against Boko Haram terrorists in the region. The vehicles were released at the launch of a Rapid Response Squad security outfit to combat crimes in the state. Some of the vehicles are being used by the hunters and civilian JTF for patrol operations on major highways in the state, especially the Maiduguri-Damboa Road. The highway has been reopened since 2020 after 13 months of closure following the gains recorded by the military.
We have started witnessing gradual return of peace to Borno State. Through our prayers, Almighty Allah has answered our prayers, inshallah. But what we shall do, we shall never be reluctant. We shouldn't say that peace has started. We have started witnessing gradual return of peace in Borno State. That would jeopardize our intentions. We shall be committed more than before. That is something which is very important. To this, government of Borno State will partner with the security agencies, the military, the paramilitary, with a view to providing robust security to the people of Borno State better than that of before. Borno State government has procured 3 armored personnel carriers. We are paid for the payment for procurement. We shall do everything possible to ensure that our main roads were open. We shall open our main roads.
Apart from logistic support, Governor Zulum has continued to render financial support to the families of soldiers who died in the line of duty and officers who sustained injuries. Governor Zulum's passion to see farmers go back to their farmlands after several attacks by terrorists is one of the reasons he has continued to support the agro rangers. The men, who are often volunteer hunters, are recruited by the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC to give protection to farmers who are now happy to go back to their farmlands.
We are
thankful for the presence of the agro rangers. Before now, we couldn't go anywhere, but now we can go to our farms.
Since 2019, Professor Zulum has been engaging the services of thousands of hunters from different parts of the state to join volunteers in the civilian JTF and vigilantes. Recently, additional 1,000 hunters were inducted by the governor to join the others in the ongoing war against Boko Haram. The governor also increased the monthly allowances for all the volunteers, provided kits, surveillance tools, and hundreds of vehicles to the units in all the 27 local government areas of the state. The engagement of local hunters have become part of the success story of Borno State. Their active involvement in tackling security challenges in the state cannot be overstated.
So far, so good, so far, so commendable. Because compared to 2014, 2015, as of now, we can say that, the yesteryears is now coming back. If you come to Maiduguri and see in the past, 5 to 6 years to date, there is, marginal improvement.
As the issue of insurgency is not a one-man job, we all have put hand in deck so that we can see the end of this insurgency across not only in Borno State, but Northeastern State and Nigeria in general.
Borno, a state grappling with a decade-long insurgency, has continued to show optimism and hope that the restoration mission of Professor Babahana Zulum is unstoppable. Just like the phoenix rises above the ashes, the state is on the verge of reclaiming its lost glory as the home of peace and the pride of the Sahel. I had a chat with the Borno State Commissioner of Police, Abdu Umar. I began by asking him how the command has been faring in tackling crimes and sustaining the relative peace being enjoyed in the state under Professor Babahana Zulum. Take a listen. Welcome to Borno Restoration, sir. The Borno State Police Command has demonstrated doggedness in maintaining law and order and fighting crimes in the state. Kindly put us through the achievements of this command under Professor Babahana Zulum's administration.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I'm having TVC in my office. And you have asked a pertinent question, which is the commitment of His Excellency in policing of Borno State Command. I'm not talking generally on the general fundamental issues of welfare. However, we are talking on the issues of policing in Borno State. His Excellency Professor Babahana Zulum, as known by you and so many others, is a highly committed individual. Is a very good personality who is committed to the welfare, general well-being of his citizens, and so he collaborates with the police in doing this very important task of ensuring that the safety of lives and property are secured. The government of Borno State, and particularly the governor himself, is a man of honor, integrity, and he wants to ensure that the general populace, including the masses and the rich, that they are secured. And by doing so, he engaged the police. The support, logistics support he's given us is wonderful. It's wonderful because he has promised, and I believe by the time you go to the government side, you will hear what they have done. Talking about the achievement of the command, we continue to make series of achievements, countless of them. Every day, now and then, as we are being here, the Maiduguri Metropolitan is highly secured. You can move freely, unlike in the years past. Things are being normalized, things are being stabilized. And how does it come? It's through the professionalism of the Nigerian police. in complementary effort of those that are in the forefront, the military. You know, it wasn't like this before. And the police on our own part were ensuring that we have adequate civil authority enforcement everywhere in Maiduguri and its environs. As such, you can see there's relative peace. The crime has reduced to the barest minimum, and the police are doing its very best in areas of administration, operation, and investigation. We have, of recent times, made series of arrests of criminal elements who committed crimes such as culpable homicide, killing individuals, those that engage in house breaking and theft, cases of rapes, countless of them. Those enshrined in their penal code, those people were arrested. Most of them have been prosecuted. The number, if I start, it will be countless. So we have a lot of them, and the results are very positive. In fact, it is the community that will be able to tell you that the police are doing their best.
Now, tell us about the relationship the command is having with the governor and other security agencies to ensure lasting peace in the state.
You see, police is established to make peace. We are peacemakers, and the constitutional mandate is to safeguard lives and property, ensure enforcement of laws within the state. These are part of the mandate. And going by the mandate is exactly what we are doing. One, trying to ensure that we go by the fundamental human right. We don't derail because of the vision and mission of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Alkali Baba Usman, PSC Daga, FDC, NPM, because he has instructed that we should go by the fundamentals of securing lives and property. We should extend and ensure that the policing we are doing is community-based, you understand? And what is more amazing is the involvement of the fourth industrial revolution. We are now becoming more scientific, highly forensic in our investigations, and we use technical aid in most of our approaches, both administrative, operation, and investigation. We established a forum, security forum in Borno State, where all the security agencies meet monthly. It will be interesting to note that this meeting rotates within the agencies. All the agencies, the Army, the Custom, Immigration, including NAFDAC, you understand, they will all converge here at the police headquarters for this month deliberation. We discuss issues pertaining to security. As such, we collaborate and ensure that we have different mandates, but we need to collaborate so that at the end of it all, what we are after is peace. So at the end of it, at various agencies will be able to attain its mandate without stress. And exactly that is what we are doing. The collaboration is so perfect, it's apt, and is commendable. We don't have any grudges. Well, you cannot continue doing things without having few challenges. And it's not more than engagement of the subordinate officers. And that is because of the forum we had. It's easily resolved, and so that everybody will know his footings.
Yes. Talking about relationship, recently you had a show of force, a marching past through the state where all the security agencies were out to march to show solidarity. What do you intend to achieve in doing that?
That is to tell you that we have synergy, we have cooperation, we collaborate. You understand? One thing is for somebody to collaborate with one another, but the most important thing is the synergy. There's synergy. When you see us marching from Garrison Command up to the Wolf Mess, and at the end of the day, we held merriment, you understand? We made some addresses and we part. And it's not that we parted. This thing is going to be continuous, as said by the military, because, this is a place of the theater. The theater leads in the security operations, both in Yobe, Borno, and Adamawa State. So the collaboration is very perfect and will continue. And the essence of that marching is to tell the people of the world generally, because everybody is seeing TVC worldwide, that there's synergy, there's collaboration in Borno State, and the security forces are one. The morale is high. And in fact, we are not supposed to fight war, but we are engaged in a supportive operation to the military. And we are engaged equally in the clearance operation, because the government is determined to ensure the return of IDPs.
What relationship and what feedback are you getting from the residents of the state?
Well, it is wonderful. You know, why I find it very easy is because of my being here for quite a long time. I've been here for almost 9 years in different capacities, and today I'm the Commissioner of Police. And for me to get information is just easy. I'm in touch with the civilian JTF, vigilante, the hunters, the kesh, and equally there are some that are underground, the neighborhood watch. You know, the state government has a very fine structure that will support civil authority, that will even support the military. The issue is the government has a role. These JTF, hunters, vigilante, and the neighborhood watch, they are all on government payroll. The IGP has given us the wherewithal. Borno is prioritized, to my understanding, because, to be sincere, most of the state cannot get what we are getting, be it in terms of logistics, be it in terms of manpower. Do you understand? The IGP has approved special force to join the military. There are almost 2,000 mobile policemen with the military directly by the IG. So this is a warning to the criminals that we are not going to relent in our effort to ensure we prevented you from carrying out your nefarious activities.
Borno State Commissioner of Police, Abdul Umar, thank you for your time on Borno Restoration. And that's our package on this edition of Borno Restoration. Thanks for watching. I'm Jessie Tafida. See you next time. Bye-bye.